A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to P2P, Potty to Parliament. And you're with me, Amanda Nathan, and hello, everybody. So, yes, as I've said in our last podcast, we will be speaking about an event that will be held on the 14th of March in UKM Bangi, which is the TEDx talk. This is actually the first time a TEDx event is being held in a public university. So, for all those out there who are wondering what TEDx actually is, it is actually a convention that is made up of a series of presentations that are designed to spark conversation as well as thinking within the community. So, the theme for their TEDx event this time is Be Changed or Be Undone. And that there is someone very, very special who's going to be going there to be a force of change and to spread her views to the people who will be attending this event, and is none other than Netusha Naidu.
Hello.
And that's why I've been talking for this all this while alone, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, welcome, Miss Netusha.
Well, thank you for having me.
Not that I have a choice, but yeah. So yes, everyone, my friend is going to be speaking at this event, and just a little background update about the about the speaker, my friend Netusha. She is a 19-year-old who is my comrade in A levels in Taylor's. She also has this weird problem of acknowledging the fact that she's turning 20 this year. I don't know why. And she comes from Negeri Sembilan. She's a Budak Negori. I hope I said that right.
Close enough.
Before all the Negeri Sembilan
People rolling their graves.
yeah, some might come after me with a knife. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen.
Courage to be exact.
Courage to be exact. Yes. So, Netusha, congratulations on being a speaker at TEDx.
Thank you.
And first things first, let's just jump right into it. How does it feel to be a TEDx speaker at your age?
Honestly, the event is 2 days away and it still feels very surreal to me. Okay, wait. Well, it'll be close to 1 day. It's 1 day away. And it's very surreal because I'm doing this at the age of 20 since I'm not 19 anymore. And I guess you could say it really brought up a lot of questions, especially the response and reaction that has been garnered to the announcement of a 20-year-old blogger speaking at a TEDx event in Malaysia.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my friend is a celebrity now.
Apparently that I'm actually one of the youngest speakers in Malaysia, which is something I find quite difficult to comprehend. And I'm just like, oh, really? One of the youngest? Interesting. It still hasn't really hit me. Maybe because there's no official statement saying Netusha Naidu is the youngest person to speak in a TEDx event in Malaysia. But the one thing that really was brought into light was the fact that is age really a determinant of success? And what I've come to know, to experience, is that it doesn't. It really doesn't matter. And the great thing I've realized is how people have been so awed and inspired by the fact that I'm only 20 and I'm coming up and sharing my story in this platform. The fact that I have enough accomplishments and credentials to go up on this stage and tell people about my story is a very big deal. And the one thing that I want to let everyone know is that age is not a determinant, because a great idea will always be a great idea. It doesn't matter where it comes from or who it comes from. So on that day itself, when I'm giving my talk, I hope that people learn to realize that it's not about how old you are or when is the right time based on your age. It's more by the fact that you must know that you have something great to share with the world, or you have something that you want to do, and it doesn't matter when is the right time. In fact, time should be your best friend in this situation. The younger you are, the better it is for you. So just go ahead and do it. Don't think about how, oh, maybe I should wait when I'm a little older, maybe after I graduate and things like that. Just go ahead and do it. No one's stopping you, honestly. that's what I would like people to know.
Very well said, Nitusha. And speaking about goals and driving forces, a little inside scoop, ladies and gentlemen. A few months ago, Nitusha shared something with me. She shared her bucket list. She wrote out the things that she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And this wasn't a bucket list like you would find in the hands of every other teenager. She didn't want to go bungee jumping. She didn't want to go, you know, eat calamari off the coast of New Jersey or
Barbados?
something. Very bad at geography, by the way. So she told me this a few months ago, and then one of the things that she wanted to do on a bucket list was to give a TED talk, and here you are speaking at TED,
Yeah.
and it just goes to show that if you really put your heart and soul to what you want to do, you'll get there eventually. And as she said, time is your friend.
Yes, the funny thing about this bucket list was I've not been a person who really believed in the idea of writing down a list for like the things you want to do in the future. And I've been told like a millions of times that, oh, Netusha, you should draw out a map of your dreams and your aspirations in like with lots of marker pens and glitter and things like that. Put it on your wall so you can look at it every day. In order to have your goals realized, you will need to put out that idea and that desire in the universe, and let the universe feed back on that energy. I always thought it was nonsense. But because the reason being was because I always felt that, oh, like, how could you get all these things? Like, I'm not as fortunate as other people, or maybe I'm not as brilliant, or I'm not destined for great things. I'm just a normal person. And one day I was just thinking, hey, let's just give it a try. And I decided to take out a piece of paper and a marker pen and say, if I could achieve some things in my life, what would it be? Even if I don't, it would be nice that if I could do it. And, if it does happen, oh, not bad. That's great. And so I put down this 10 things a few months ago. And ever since then, surprisingly, 3 of those things are on the way of being ticked off from the list. And it's a marvelous thing because now I really know what it means to realize your goals. It's not about whether you're putting out that idea in the universe or physically presenting your idea. It's more centered towards the fact that you are believing more in yourself and you have more confidence in attaining your goals. When you put that idea out there, you are willing to work harder and put in more effort so that you reach those goals. And that is why people tell you that you need to present it and put it in front of yourself and others. Only then you have the initiative. It's the boost, it's the platform, it's the launch pad.
Wow. And congratulations for attaining 3 of those goals. And
Yes, thank you.
as your friend, and more importantly, your colleague, I would like to say that, that whole I'm not going to go far thing, nah. I feel that, just as you have said, your future is bright. And I guess everyone should know that, at the end of the day, your future is in your hands.
Yes.
And just take it and just run with it. Run with that torch. And now that we've talked about you, talked about your background and all of this, let's head on to the matter at hand. Your TED Talk.
Yes.
So yes, Nitisha, what are you talking about, and why did you pick this particular topic?
Well, I'm talking about how you can use social media as the platform of attaining your dreams, and it's also the best platform to cultivate your passions in life. Why I decided to talk about this is because I find that in our generation, we are not really using social media to our advantage. It's a very sad thing because the internet is really wondrous, it's diverse, it's infinite. And what I want to tell people is that there's a lot of options, free options in fact, that lie behind the computer screen. And if there's something that you would like to do, and maybe your surroundings don't let you do it, the internet is that window of opportunity that you should seize. And yeah, by sharing my story on that day, I hope that people will really start to understand what it means to have that window of opportunity and to really take it and execute what they want.
I guess it's really true what you're saying, especially for the younger generation. The internet itself is a large untapped resource.
Yeah, it is.
It's such a huge pool of possibilities, but we're not really using it to our advantage. We're using it for, well, just to pass our time. And it's quite sad actually, because you look at the different generations that are out there and look at ours and the ones before us, the people who are the teenagers now and all the way up to the age of 30. These are the people who have mastered the art of the internet.
Yeah.
These are people who rely on Google for every single thing in their lives. These are the people who hack other people's Wi-Fi. These are the people who game the entire day. And there's just so much of possibility within this. However, it's not put to good use.
Yeah, exactly.
Even in the social media, there is a lot of technological diarrhea going on in the social media. Everyone is posting things like, oh, I had a bad lunch today. Oh, instead of using it for things that
really
matter. It can be used as a force of change. And I really like the fact that you have used this as your topic, and it's something that's really relatable. And I hope that people are going to be taking home a lot from your TEDx speech, and I hope people enjoy it as much as I will be enjoying it. So yes, recently, this one thing, since we're talking about social media and people posting up things, the one thing, the recent things that have happened is the
whole
people trying, the whole concept of breaking the internet. People have been trying hard to break the internet. What with Kim Kardashian shoving her derriere in our faces, and the dress being blue or black or white, blue and black or white or gold. What's your take on things like this? Viral news that isn't really of much weight, but it has been spreading.
It's been spreading.
Yeah.
This is what really shows what constitutes of our generation at the current moment. And it's a very sad thing because, like what I talked about earlier, how there's so much of opportunities and a pool of infinite possibilities that lie within the internet. And there you have what people define as breaking the internet by capturing the most amount of attention, garnering the most amount of popularity. And why is this so important to note? I feel that we need to redefine the way we break the internet. So we have things like the dress or Kim Kardashian who are successfully breaking the internet. People are having an idea of what are these things. But I feel that what it really means to break the internet is we need to introduce diversification. And I hope that what I have to say, by people feeling empowered enough to use the internet to cultivate their passions in life, being the reason why we break the internet into spectrums of diversity and bringing about what it means to really be yourself. Yeah, that's what it means.
Yes, we talk about the internet being a force of change. You're
Yes.
talking about that in your speech as well, And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to make something clear. Regardless of the fact that it's black and blue or white and gold, I just want to say that dress is really, really ugly. However, recently in South Africa, there was this Salvation Army who have used this dress as a front for their campaign against domestic violence. And it just goes to show that, this is how we take menial things like this, things that are weightless and spread out through the internet like wildfire, and
Turn it into something with some substance.
yes, diversify the internet, ladies and gentlemen. But let's break the internet properly.
Yeah, break it to make a better change
Yes.
in the world.
Yes. And as we spoke about your talk and we've spoken about where you come from, let's speak about the launch pad that launched your career in social media. And as well, as a lot of the people in Taylor's know, Netusha has a blog. It's called Cosmic Liberties, and it has garnered a cult-like readership among the college students in Taylor's, and I hope everyone who's listening to this also goes and checks it out. But so yes, do talk to us about your blog, both this blog as well as your first blog, The Political Bull, because we don't wanna we don't wanna leave that aside. So yeah, tell us about your blogs.
Okay, let me start with the political bull, which, well, I will admit that I find it quite embarrassing, though it was my first and I should forgive myself for that. But I launched the political bull when I was 17 with the tagline, "Charging with aggression, striving for change." Yes, it sounds kind of cliche to a certain extent. But what I wanted to do with the political bull was to make a mockery out of the situation, like the political situations, not just locally, but as well as on the international platform. And hence the name Political Bull, because politics is full of yes, bullshit. It's exactly that. And what the whole point of it was, because we want to make a joke about how people are trying to fool us. There's so much of games and deception involved in the world of politics, and I wanted to bring attention to these things. I wrote quite a few controversial pieces, being at my age, and I felt that it didn't really have much substance after a while. But at the same time, I did not delete my blog, because I did gain quite a viewership with my blog, The Political Bull. So it's still there. You can go back and read it. But of course, it's a completely different concept compared to Cosmic Liberties. So basically, a lot of people may wonder why, even though The Political Bull was going well, to me it wasn't going well. Being that the slight perfectionist that I am, I felt that I wasn't really giving my best when it came to writing, and I wasn't making the kind of statement that I wanted to. So yes, and then I'll be covering more about how I needed to find my writing style. And people say, writing is a spiritual journey, so I had to take my time to really understand, and eventually that hiatus I took led me to Cosmic Liberties. And Cosmic Liberties is something that is very special to me. In fact, when I found the website, I felt that I've met my soulmate. It was like a similar feeling, except I wouldn't know what meeting my soulmate is like, given that I don't have a very good track record with dating. So but when the idea came to me to, hey, you should write about things and connect everything, and at the same time it's academic and analytical. You want to inspire people to think and ponder about things that you don't really talk about on a daily basis, and enrich minds and make people go, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know I could look at it that way. And that was the point of it, you see, Cosmic Liberties. And I'm glad, because it's actually working out, and I find that it's really therapeutic to write these articles. I take my time. I don't force myself to publish an article once a week, but quite consistently I've been publishing once a month, which is not too bad. But because I kind of delayed in this year, I had a lot of things going on, so I'm publishing 2 articles in the month of March. I recently wrote about Jane Goodall after attending the Roots and Shoots launch with both of us, and Goodall.
I just gave her the stare.
Yeah, she just did. And right now I'm working on a book review for the Prince of Negeri Sembilan. Yes, Anak Negeri. And his name is Tunku Zain Al-Abidin. So he wrote a book, and I'll be doing a book review. And the great thing is we're actually meeting on Saturday, so it should be an interesting experience. But really, it's, like I said, it's all about social media, like how you go around and you actually stumble upon some really spectacular things. And most of the times that I've actually written my work was because I found something on the internet that really sparked my interest, and made me want to discover more and delve into the topic even more. And that's what makes Cosmic Liberties something really close to me and personal to me, because I'm feeding my own adventure and thirst for knowledge, and I would like people to feel the same way as well, and I like to make that process easier.
Wow. I hope that people do catch that drift and, go out there and do make a change.
Yeah,
And just for everyone's information, Tunkavidin will also be speaking at the
yeah, he will be.
TEDx event this Saturday. So he'll be one of the speakers as well. So for all those who have already gotten their tickets, congratulations! You're in for a
Quite a treat.
Yeah, you're in for a treat, and we hope you really enjoy it. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is our TEDx speaker and my best friend, Netusha Naidu.
Woohoo!
Insert claps here. So yes, we hope to see you guys there this Saturday. As we said, it will be in UKM Bangi. And so yes, do follow us on Twitter. Do follow our YouTube channel. We hope you like this podcast. And tune in for our next podcast, since this time around we were talking about Netusha, so I had to take the back seat and kind of hold my tongue most of the time because I'm the interviewer. However, in our next podcast, we will be talking about something that's much closer to my heart. And I'm the expert this time around because we'll be talking about Harry Potter, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll be bringing on board another Potterhead who is our very good friend, Miss Deepa. And she'll be here, along with Netusha, of course, who is a baby, an infant when it comes to the world of Harry Potter. So do listen to our next podcast, and we hope you've liked this one. And we'll see you this Saturday for all those you who've already bought your tickets. However, the tickets are sold out right now.
Yeah.
So see you guys after this. Thank you and good night.
Expecto Patronum!
Really, Netusha? Do I look like a dementor for you? Ladies and gentlemen, see what I have to deal with. Anyways, thank you and see you next time. Good night.